Yo, Lou. Down in the lower left-hand corner, if you're muted. Let me see if you're muted.
Okay, no.
Hey, I hear you.
Oh, you can hear me now, huh?
Yes, I can.
All right, good morning, how are you?
I'm doing fine. We're both a little early, but I figured I'd open a room up.
Yeah.
Yuko is wanting to do a presentation this morning, so she's going to come on early.
Okay.
We're going to practice her presentation.
Okay.
So when she comes on, let me see here. If I put that on there, okay.
Sounds like a plan. You don't look any worse for wear there, Bob. Looking good.
Yeah, right. We, this is all going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I'm afraid this is going to go on for quite a while.
Yep, I'm afraid so too. But
so how are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, my daughter and son want me to stay home, but you know, I come to my office, I'm isolated anyway. So
yeah.
Well,
hey, there's Rosie.
I had to wait in my
Hey, I
office.
can hear you.
Rosie.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, Rosie.
Well, we're all a little early here, and of course, Margie, she's here. I can
Margie.
see you.
Is she with her pajamas? Are you with her PJs?
Well, I don't think so.
Hey, Margie.
We're going to have to put that on the agenda.
Oh, that's good. All right.
So everybody, Margie, how are you feeling? Margie, we don't hear you. Lower left-hand corner says mute, unmute.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Margie, top of the morning. How are you?
Cannot hear you.
Let's see, we got Irma on.
I can hear you now.
Matt's on. I don't see anybody. Are you guys embarrassed for us to see you, or Matt, you didn't put your makeup on this morning? What?
I don't have a camera on my computer, unfortunately.
You don't have a camera.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
well,
my son.
Gee, our tech guy. Here's Yuko. You want to try what you got here?
Okay.
Down
Hi, Yuko.
at the bottom it says share.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yuko, hit your share, and your file should come up.
Oh, I forgot to open my file. Hold
Yeah.
on. I have to find my file. Here it is.
Yeah, we have all our techies on board here.
Okay.
Okay, you got now down there a little green box. It says share. Click on that. Should bring up a scan.
Open system preferences.
Should show your file that you want. You see that? Well, good morning, Ken.
Good morning to you, Coach.
Hey, buddy. We got the Sergeant at Arms.
That's
Yeah.
whatever arms.
Hey, you know what? There's another good thing about this. That we're being recorded a little early, but I just wanted to make sure I can edit things later. But we know exactly when people come on, see? And so if somebody complains that they were late, I mean, they were not late, we can go back and verify what time they came on.
Are we talking about Jim Beardsley?
Well, Yuko, how you doing?
I think I'm here.
Okay. Did you have your file? Oh.
I have my file.
Aha, there you go.
Do you see something?
I see something, yeah.
Not yet.
I do. It's buffering.
Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
prompts the browser, download and run Zoom. Well, you already got that.
She's already running it, so because what she's doing is sharing her screen. She's not sharing the program, so we see what her screen sees. So what she needs to do is just put it up as if she was using her screen.
Okay.
So if she just takes the program or whatever document and then full screens it on this screen, then we'll be able to see it. Because it's not just going to pick the document, it picks the whole
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, she's got to click share down in the corner, right?
Well, that's what she did. She did share screen, which
Yeah.
is the only option that she has. So now she just needs to open the document on her screen and we'll see it.
It says your meeting should start in a few seconds. Do you guys see anything?
Yeah, you're
I
blocking
s-
you're
I
blocking
see that.
everybody.
But are you using the Zoom app, Yuko?
I don't know what I'm using.
Yeah, you're using the Zoom app on your. I can see the icon in the bottom right. So yeah, all
Okay.
you need to do is just open the document on your screen.
Open the document. Okay.
Yeah, just open
So
it normally.
minimize this.
Yep, minimize it.
Minimize.
Yeah,
Play from start.
Yep,
yeah,
and just-
okay.
And
You
it should
see
be good.
something?
Yep, we see the whole thing. So you just
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
use
we
it
see all
normally, as if you're doing a normal presentation.
Oh, coronavirus crap, yeah.
You're scary,
Okay.
Yuko.
Yeah, so now you can unshare it now. Can you unshare it?
Let's see.
And then when we bring you on later,
Okay. So I push stop share, I guess.
Yes, that's what you push.
Okay. There we go.
Ooh,
there you go.
There you go.
All right. That was
Good
a
morning,
practice run.
everyone.
That was a practice run, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it
Well,
was.
hey, we got the president, and look
Good
at that.
morning.
We got
Good
Bill
morning,
Smith
Joanna.
on. We can see his face. And I guess Irma's going to claim she doesn't have a camera.
Of course I
Here.
don't. I'm on a low budget.
Oh my
Irma's
God.
hiding from us.
We got to bring
Good
you
morning,
guys in.
Rosie.
Good
We got to
morning.
bring you guys into the 20th century.
Good morning, Ken.
hey, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Yuko. Good morning, Bill. Good morning.
Good
Lou.
morning.
Morning, Joanna.
Hey, we're wearing the same shirt. Cool. Right.
And we're
Hey,
in
Matt.
Roma.
What's going on?
Yeah.
A lot of the sound I'm getting is like a boing boing sound.
I
Yeah,
have no idea.
when somebody new comes on.
Yeah,
that
that's
what it
probably
is?
what it is. Yeah, I think when someone new joins, it's what it is.
Yeah.
I have that.
Say-
I don't have that sound, so I don't see it. But that's probably what it is.
That's right. You're working in the blind, aren't you? You have no camera, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a camera. I could connect on my phone, but it's a lot slower. So I just use my computer.
So how's everybody doing this morning?
Yes,
Good.
fine.
Good. Early morning, and there's Bob flexing his muscles.
We're ready to go. And after this, I have to run out to Playa Venice, and they have a meeting. They have a Zoom meeting going on, and Melody's going to. But their presentation won't start until about 8:30. So I told Brady out there. I said my gas mileage between our Zoom and his Zoom is really good.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Bill, how
very
you
nice.
doing way out there? Bill, can you hear me? Wait a minute. Well, you know what? He's probably, no, you don't have, Bill, you don't have your audio on, nothing on.
Oh, Christopher.
I thought he had his audio on.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now and doesn't show.
Oh,
He's got video, but he does not have audio.
oh, okay.
Do you have a mic, Bill? Okay. I can undo that. There you go. Well, all right, Bill, I still don't see audio on you.
Hey, David.
That's all right. We see you. That's good.
Good morning.
Bill, can you hear us? Bill,
if you can hear us, wave your hand. Wave your hand if you can hear us.
Carrie's in San Francisco.
Woohoo.
Hi.
hey, there you are. You got a nice background.
Thanks. Oh, there's Sean.
Hey, Dave. Dave. Oh, Dave. Let me see Dave here. Dave doesn't have any audio.
Okay. Am I on now?
Dave, I heard you there for a minute.
Yeah, I think I'm in.
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay.
Party on.
Now, when
Yeah, I have invited Christopher Reyes, the president of Lenox Inglewood, and he is also with us.
Hey, does anybody need toilet paper?
excuse me.
Hey, you have, how many do you have? How much you
I
have?
got my pin. I got my sunrise shirt.
Hey, where's your, and you got your buddy
Hey.
there. Oh, yeah.
On. He says hello, Bob. Hi, Bob. Hi, Joanne.
Now, when we get,
Morning, everyone.
before Joanna
Alright, stop.
kicks this off, when she gets ready to kick this off, I will mute everybody and then
Okay, that's a
unmute,
good idea.
and then I will unmute Joanna and she can get on with it. And you, down in your corner of your screen, or up in the corner of your screen, whatever what's indicated. If you have something to say, you can unmute yourself, but then I can go and mute you again. But we're just trying to control this so that everybody doesn't get too excited. Karen's on, Dave's on. We got 20 people. We got Chris. Hello, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hi.
Ben,
gotta-
also
we
we have
gotta-
Ben.
We got a guest this morning. You go and you go get breakfast first before everybody else.
Yes.
She gets on.
I'll go get breakfast right now.
Well, let's see. We
Hi,
got
Terry.
a few minutes. We're still
Hi.
kibitzing around.
We're still trying to find Bill. I don't see Bill anymore.
Well,
Bill who?
Bill.
Bill, let me see if he's.
He's having his own breakfast.
Bill's on.
Here.
Oh my God, he's on Echo.
I
Morning, Gene.
saw Bill on, but he's
It's a
not showing
scary
his
Bill.
face.
Oh, look at that puppy.
Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey,
Lawrence.
Lauren.
Hey, Lawrence.
Yay, Lawrence. Lawrence is on time. Wow.
We have the Zoom meeting. He's even earlier.
Before.
Well,
It's early.
he doesn't have anywhere else to go, right?
No, actually, I do have a job going on, but
Yeah, contractors.
So good. I'm glad you did.
only one.
Hey, one is better than none.
That's
There,
right.
buddy.
That's right.
Yeah.
No complaints.
Oh, good morning, Carmenza.
Looking pretty good.
Oh, we got video on.
Oh,
video.
yay, she's back. Yay.
Yay.
So
Welcome.
we have 3 guests this morning. We have Chris, Carmenza, and Ben.
Yes.
Yay, welcome.
Hello.
Hello,
I know,
guys.
welcome to our club. Welcome, you guys.
Welcome.
I'll introduce you guys in a little bit when our meeting officially starts too, as well.
Notice I'm in baseball withdrawal.
Oh, I know. I
So,
actually thought about you a couple times, Bob.
Yeah, well,
Mary Ann and my
a
brother-in-law.
couple of weeks ago, we were in a car and we were on the road and we were heading to Tempe and for our 3 days to watch spring training game. And on the road, we find out the games were canceled.
Oh.
So we went anyway. Anyway, we're getting pretty close there, Madam President.
I know we've got about 2 minutes left. Do you have if you have a clock there, will you just let me know and we'll.
Yeah,
we'll ring the
I'll
bell.
let you know when I mute everybody. And John, President-elect John, and John Kirk.
Hey, John, good morning.
John.
John Kirk is on.
Hey,
Way to go, John.
John Kirk is on too. Yay!
I don't hear you guys. You have your mic turned on?
Can you hear me, Bob?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Bob?
Yes.
Good morning,
Can you
John
hear me,
Kirk.
Bob?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Bob?
Yes.
No, I can't.
Joanna, let me know.
Hello.
Hey, there's Carrie. Hi.
Hey, I hear a dog
And
too.
Christopher.
Hey, Jimmy.
And RGB.
Hey. Captain Kirk is on. Okay.
Oh, well, good shot.
Hey, John, I'm glad you made it on.
Morning, Jim.
Let me know when you're ready, Joanna. I'm gonna
Yep.
I'm gonna
Diana.
mute everybody. Just a
Okay,
minute.
and Bob, before you mute everybody, actually, do you want to wait until after we do the flag salute so we can all hear each other with the flag salute?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let me
Okay,
go
hit
ahead.
it, Joanna.
Good
Good morning,
morning.
South Bay. Good morning. This is the South Bay Sunrise Zoom Club, a club that manages to sidestep the coronavirus. Another day of quarantine. I feel like my life is being held in mute. Like,
He did.
morning, Joanna.
Good morning, Ken. Welcome, everyone, and thank you guys all for getting up so early this morning. So I really do appreciate it. So let me start and ring the bell. Okay.
Is that
and we
the
are
wine
getting
glass?
Wine glass.
Well, it could be. This is a good way to end the meeting, right? There you go.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's what-
All right, let's start with the flag salute. Place your hand over your heart and start and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
Allegiance to
to
the flag
Of the United States of
States of
America.
America.
To the
and
republic
to the
for which it stands,
stands
under
one
God,
nation,
Under God,
for God,
liberty and
for all.
justice for all.
principle, liberty,
and
and
justice
justice
for all.
for all.
Well, that kind of sounded
Thank
like our
you.
birthday song.
It was a
Sounds
little
like our birthday
birthday
song.
hey, Jim.
Hey, Christopher, how you doing?
Okay, and Lawrence, since you've been gone so much, do you remember our four-way test? Can you do our four-way test for us?
Is it the truth?
Starts with, is it
Is it the truth? Right?
Is it
Fair.
turtle?
all
Is it
concerned?
for all concerned?
Here.
Will it build?
Be beneficial to all.
Better friend.
I need help.
Here, look at my screen. Can you see it?
Goodwill, better friendship.
Will it be fun? Will it be fun? Will it be
Will
fun?
it be fun?
Will it be fun?
Will it
Will
be
it be
fun?
fun?
It'll be fun.
And it's
I'll
as
Google
fun
that.
as it gets.
Next time.
There it is.
Okay, very good.
All
Thank
right,
you, Rosie.
I'll have to make sure, I'll make sure I text everybody the four-way test next time before we do this.
Oh, dear.
All right, and inspirational thought, Mr. Ken.
Well, you know, I came across a little something that is probably true of most of our lives, and it goes like this. Sanity may be madness, but the maddest of all is to see life as it is and not as it should be.
Very good. Can you repeat that for everybody again?
Certainly, sanity may be the madness, but the maddest of all is to see life as it is and not as it should be. And that comes from Don Quixote.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Pleasure.
Okay, and we have several guests with us on the Zoom meeting this morning. Christopher Reyes, or Chris Reyes, will you just quickly introduce yourself to us?
Sure. So hi, everybody. I'm Chris Reyes. I'm the current president of the Hawthorne Lennox Rotary Club. I'm also a 8th year RILA counselor and past DRR for the District Rotary Act.
Perfect. Well,
Welcome.
Chris, welcome.
Welcome.
Morning.
Morning.
Okay, and Carmenza is next. Carmenza Adams, do you want your return guest? You were with us last week. Do you want to just quickly tell us about you as well?
Thank you, Joanne. Yes, Carmenza Adams, LA Colombo Americano member. I'm so happy to be here again. I am getting very comfortable here. I hope that that's okay with you guys to visit you during your meetings. Thank you for inviting me, Rosie.
Thank you, Carmenza. Welcome. And we also have Ben Shia. Ben, will you introduce yourself as well to all of us?
Yeah, thanks, Joanne. So it's Ben Shea. I am the current district Rotaract representative for this year for Rotaract District Board. Also the Community Service Chair for South Bay Rotaract, and I went to UCLA with Chris back in years ago, and we were both part of Rotaract then.
Okay.
Hey, Ben.
Wait, great.
Hey, Ben, why do you have an echo on your mic?
We got feedback.
It's Bill Smith. Bill Smith is picking up the audio.
I was on mute. Now, so.
Uh-oh, yikes. Okay. Fines and brags. Ken, or Bob, can you let us know who is late so that Ken can do out the fines?
Well, the first of the 4 Rotary rules here is it true?
Oh.
I don't show anybody late.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Maybe we ought to get people more early. No, I don't have anybody late here.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have a question for Jim. He's an automotive kind of guy, aren't you, Jim?
Jim's not here, man.
That's good advice.
Bill is
self-muting.
Bath, I think.
Hey, I was
I feel like he's in character.
These photos.
Am I echoing too?
Oh, there we go. No, it was just Bill. It was just Bill.
Oh, well, yeah, we know him.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Jim, can you hear me?
Wait a minute. I want to know why Connor and Carrie are together.
We are?
Yeah.
Is Connor in San Francisco too?
Yes.
Oh.
Exactly.
This is how rumors get started.
They meet-
Oh. I brought my dog with me. Yay.
Well, maybe Connor brought his dog with him, huh?
All right, let's go.
Oh,
Okay.
he actually has his dog.
Ken had a question for Jim. Hey, Ken, are you still there?
I'm here. I'm ready. Okay, Jim, question for you. Who designed and built the world's first automobile with an internal combustion engine? Again, who designed and built the world's first automobile with an internal combustion engine?
You should know that.
I don't know that.
You don't know that. Anybody want to help him?
How about Mercedes-Benz?
Mercedes.
Well, so you're saying Mercedes?
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's German engineer Carl Benz.
Oh.
And he did this in 1885.
Right.
And then his next claim to fame is he released a 4-wheel automobile in 1893. So, Jim, there's a bit for you.
I got it.
Thank you. I have a question for Margie.
Yes.
Here we go. You ready? What does the word spaghettification refer to? Again, what does the word spaghettification refer to?
Oh, that's when it sticks to the ceiling.
Yeah, throw it against the wall and see if it sticks.
That's footballs.
Well, you know, it could be, but according to my source, it's a theoretical physics term that refers to the process by which an object would be stretched and ripped apart upon entering a black hole. So the spaghetti
That
on
makes
the
much more sense. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like
Yeah,
your
I'm the
answer,
first one.
Margie.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Is anybody here?
Hi,
Or-
John.
Hey, John Kirk. Hi.
John.
Good morning. We can see you, John.
Yes, there we are.
And we can hear you.
We can hear you too. Way to go.
John?
And that program.
I like the hat.
John,
Yes.
can you hear me? I have
Yes,
a question
sir.
for you. Are you ready?
I'm Cora, yes.
What mountain is so difficult to ascend that it's often called the Savage Mountain?
Me too.
Yeah, creo que sí.
K2.
Let's see, that's in the Central Sierra.
It's K2.
What is it? Sierra. Or it's
And
yeah.
John, is that your final answer?
That's it, finally, yes.
I think I heard someone speak the answer. It's K2, the highest peak of the Pakistani Karakoram range. It is the second highest mountain in the world after Mount Everest. So K2.
And far more difficult to ascend than from Mount Everest.
And are you climbing that today, David?
Tomorrow.
I'm in social isolation
He's
right now.
prepping today.
He did it last week.
Joanna?
He's acclimating.
Yes, Mr. Ken.
I turn this august group over to you. God be with you.
Thank you very much. I will need it. Okay, so our brag for today is going to be about Mr. David Hensler. David was our, as most of you know, David was our president from 2017 to 2018. David has held numerous meetings at his home for the Beer and Wine Festival, and he's also held other meetings there as well. He's been really generous to open up his home for all of that. He's also started Friends of Rotary. He did the WAPI parties. And he's just really generous with his time and doing a lot of different projects. So he's got a really big heart. So thank you, David, for being such a big part of our club. Thank you.
Yay, David.
You're welcome.
Bravo.
Hey.
By the way, I found a home for the first batch of Wappies.
Oh, you did?
Oh, good.
I found somebody in Oaxaca when I was on that trip, and I just sent them about 125 of them, and I was notified yesterday that he received them.
Yay. All
Nice.
right.
Good job.
All right, that's awesome.
Thank you, David. Okay, and before I start with announcements, I just wanted to just kind of quickly share a story that my husband and I had a discussion. So when this lockdown initially started, I said to my husband, I said, I think we're going to survive this. You know, both of us being at home 24/7. You know what his response was to me? It's only been 2 hours. Oh. Anyways.
And now what does he say?
Now I don't see him anymore. He's hiding somewhere. Anyways, okay, so Rosie, will you give us a quick update on our foreign exchange students, where they're at?
Yes, Maria is back home. She left last week, and they were planning to keep her in here, but because she has asthma. But then the parents decided to have her back home, so she's doing well. So I have two pictures that they sent me, so they are doing well. Now, Maria is from Brazil. She's back, home. Now, Brittany, the one that is from Torrance High School, she's still in Brazil. The Rotary, I spoke with her and her parents, and she decided to stay there until the end of the school year. So she's doing well. I did invite her today. I haven't heard from her today, but I'm pretty sure that we will hear from her next week. But she's doing pretty well. And since I am in here, I would like to have a brag for Christopher and Ben, because I think they have been also doing volunteer work while we are in this situation. So I would like for them to explain what they have done recently.
Okay, Ben, would you like to start?
Sure. At the district level, what a couple of us made some thank you cards for healthcare providers. So we just did a Zoom meeting. So we did social distancing, but we're just making thank you cards for doctors, nurses, people who are on the front lines trying to help patients with coronavirus. That's on that front. Also, some people are donating blood because I know Red Cross needs more blood with the pandemic going on. So people have been donating.
Awesome.
Thank you, Ben. And then, Chris, would you like to share with us as well?
Sure. So recently, this last weekend, my club went to the LA Food Bank. They've had a really rapid decline in kind of volunteer numbers. So we saw about maybe 35 total. There was a few members in my club that went. We basically just sorted through the food and we went through as much as we can, with as little volunteers as we did, because their programs are really in high demand right now. We actually have a meeting tonight, but my board met last night and we're going to continue to try to find various nonprofits and other organizations that are essential during this time and go in small groups, to keep from going in larger groups, to keep volunteering while, a lot of older people are unable to volunteer. So we're going to try and do our best to, help out as much as we can.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Chris, I did have a quick question to ask you because I did go to the LA Food Bank, and normally when you pack all the food, you are literally standing shoulder to shoulder with everybody. So how did they handle that? Because they can't do that anymore.
So they put on the floor little I guess square stickers that you have to stand on. So they literally measure the amount that you can stand by each other, and they don't keep no more than two people per station now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and next on the agenda is I wanted to talk about, how, we can all help each other. And there's two things that I saw this week, and I want, if you guys can share too as well, I think that would be great. But one thing that I saw on the news is, people are putting like little stuffed animal bears in the window because, everybody's out and about and kids are walking, and it kind of makes it a game for them. So if you can put, stuffed animal in the window and they try to do like a hunt or something like that. I saw that on the news. The other thing I saw actually, and this was in person, and it's so simple, is if you have chalk, you can actually change your neighborhood by just writing a message on your sidewalk. And so we saw that, a block or two over, because we walk our dog all the time. And it was pretty cool. They wrote things like, be kind to each other. They thanked the first responders. They said, love thy neighbor. So, it's really nice when you actually walk by and you actually see it. So even though we can't be physically together, you can still communicate with all your neighbors. So if you have chalk, start writing something on your sidewalks. So, and does anybody else have something to share that they saw that was, positive in the news, or positive that you can think of that you can share with everyone else?
Yes, Joanne.
Carmenza? Okay, go ahead,
Yes,
Carmenza.
I have a neighbor who is a senior, she lives alone, and the neighbor across the street, her kitchen faces her front house. So now she has on the window a green paper, a yellow paper, or a red paper. The green paper means then she's okay. The yellow, then she needs help for groceries or whatever. And the red one, hopefully she will never get there, is then she's not okay. She posted on Facebook and went viral immediately. Another,
That's a wonderful idea.
That is a wonderful, absolutely.
yes.
I need one of those red stickers.
Another one that we have here, I live in San Pedro, and today at 7 p.m., all of the house are going to put candles on their front porch. It's called Luminarium, and it's for the people working in the hospital, the people that are no longer with us. And I think it's such a sweet idea.
I like
all.
I like that. That's
I like that too.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can start something where we do something similar to that too. Maybe we can get, our Rotary on board with it. I think that would be pretty cool. So I think Melanie is having a meeting tomorrow. So
Joanna?
Yes.
I'd like to recommend that everybody reach out and touch someone, phone a friend. Just check in with somebody besides the people you normally check in with. But Bob, are you talking to people who aren't here today, like Mike Toledo?
Yeah.
So are we in regular touch with besides just our Rotary, but also our neighbors? I've been texting my neighbors and also just check in with a friend.
Yeah, I talked to Mike.
I've also invited some of our alumni. Carol Feely, she hasn't come on. And remember, some of us will remember Beth.
Oh yeah, she's up north, isn't she now?
Yeah, she lives up in wine country, and I communicate with her quite a bit. And
Nice.
and then I continue to invite the Ray boys. I know they're under a lot of pressure with their business.
Yeah.
I keep in touch with them because this is we're gonna be over with this someday, and hopefully their business survives. So I continue to keep in touch with them.
I got a new member for us, by the way, guys.
Who is that, John?
Hey.
You guys see my man.
A little kitty cat. So hey, Bob.
This is Mike Toledo.
I have not heard from Mike at all.
Mike,
I sent a text to him, and he's doing fine.
But Mike is fine. I talk to Mike all the time.
Yeah, well, I haven't heard. He hasn't replied to my text or anything, so I'll reach out to him again today.
I think Mike is probably. Hey, Lou, is Mike better about responding to phone calls than text messages?
Phone calls, I think, would be more his thing. But I'll talk to him today and just let him know everybody's concerned. But he's good. He's fine.
I sent a text to him, and he's doing well. Texted me back. There you go.
Also, Merv, I hope somebody's keeping in touch with Merv. So
Merv,
I will do the same. I'll work on.
Margie, your phone was echoing. Can you repeat that?
She said she would check on Merv.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Looks like
you.
Vicki Rydell's on. I invited
And
her,
please,
so
everybody call somebody.
Okay. Can we give a quick shout out to Vicki? Vicki Rydell, this is Joanna, the president.
Yes, I know. I inducted you, Joanna.
Welcome, Vicki.
I haven't seen you guys in a while. It's so nice to connect with you from the comfort of my bed with my coffee at my side. John, wow. Ken, it's so good to see all of you.
Well,
thank you.
Welcome to our club this morning.
Yeah, I missed you. Hadn't seen you in so long.
I know, you too as well.
Thank you, Yuko, for sharing the link.
Of course.
Well, thank you for joining us, Vicki. Okay, and to continue on, Bob had sent an email out to everybody, and in case you hadn't read it, it just talked about, especially for small businesses, that there's a program out there for bailouts for, it's either bailout, a loan, or a grant for small businesses. So if you haven't seen that, if your business is struggling, check your email out because it's actually a good email that Bob sent out. So, and then just one other quick thing I want to kind of remind everybody is just to be cautious about the scams because there are so many of them out there now, especially because they know people are hurting for money. So be really careful because you'll get emails saying, oh, you know, there's $5,000 here for you. Just click on this. Don't click on it. Don't open your phones. Don't do any of that. So if you can just avoid all that. And then we talked about possibly doing something in October. So Karen, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, okay. Do you want to kind of share with the new people, because they weren't here, there's some people that weren't here last week either, so.
Well, because we canceled the Beer and Wine Festival for this
Can't
year,
hear you.
we thought that maybe we could have a little fundraiser.
Karen, your phone is really echoing.
So are you sitting next to David, Karen?
Probably.
Okay, one of them should mute themselves because we can hear her through both their mics.
Oh.
So one of them should mute. So David should probably mute himself so then we don't hear Karen twice.
Anyway.
Bob, can you mute David?
I'm muting.
Oh, but she's got her computer on at the same time, so she's echoing off her computer.
David, you can.
I cannot hear.
Okay.
Turn your computer off. It's echoing through your computer.
David, you'll have to turn your audio off also.
It's her computer.
No, it's your audio that she's hearing.
The computer is on.
Hey, Murph, good morning.
Can you hear me?
Well, it was exciting.
I don't even see how to turn to mute my.
There we go.
We'll figure this out. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hey, David, why don't you just give Karen your phone and have her speak through your phone?
All right. Here goes. All right. Can you hear me now?
Hey,
Okay. Hi there. So why are we echoing?
You have to turn the audio off on one of your computers.
If
you're going to use your phone, turn both your computers off.
I'm feeling a lot better now.
Wow.
Whoever's not talking, just be on mute.
I don't see where to mute it.
All right. I'll figure this out.
Get too close to it.
I turned myself off.
Looking good, Dave.
Where does it show stop
All right,
audio?
I just got it.
No, it's more than muting. He's got to stop the audio.
Partially exciting.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we'll go back to this, you guys.
Oh, that's Bill. That's definitely Bill.
Yeah, we need to. Bob, can you mute Bill again?
Yeah, mute me.
Everybody.
Hey, Bob, can you just?
Okay, you can. You should be able to mute yourself.
I unmuted myself.
How's that?
Yeah, rather than me muting everybody, we try to get everybody to control yourselves, like Lawrence and.
Well, you know what you're asking.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
Well,
maybe
where the heck were we?
Karen was going to give us a quick update, but you know what, Karen, if the phone's not working, we'll just come back and we'll do that another time.
Oh, that's it. She's on the phone.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I think that's it. Unless does anybody else have anything for the agenda? Because otherwise I'll have 2 videos to share with you guys.
Oh, Joanne. I think Liz told us that us Rotaractors can help with like buying groceries for some of the Rotarians who aren't able to go out. I don't know if you have any updates there, but we're happy to support and drive around whenever you need it.
Okay. Ben, if you get a chance, will you do me a favor and just send me a list of the names, and then I'll get that out to our club members, our older club members.
Okay,
Are you
sounds
guys,
good.
Are you guys wearing gloves when you do that?
Yes, I can wear gloves. I mean, we haven't done it yet. It's just like once we have requests, then we can help them go out and do it.
Okay. I think the important thing is if you are buying anything for the elders, what you'll probably need to do is before you drop anything off, probably just have to sanitize everything before you actually pass anything on to them. So you can almost sanitize everything one by one and leave it like maybe they can leave a basket there in the front, and then you can sanitize it, put it in the basket, and then just text them to let them know it's there.
Okay.
You would have to sanitize it.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
And then, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ben.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, we can sanitize.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I send you
Yes,
a list.
Rosie?
I send you a list, but I don't have a phone number. I have Elizabeth, Ben, Alexa, and Bailey. So Ben will be able to send you the list with the phone numbers. I just send you the emails, but no the phone numbers.
Okay, perfect. All right, yeah, we can have both of them on one sheet. That way, when we send it out, if somebody prefers email, then they can send an email or a text. Then, thank you.
And can send that to me or to you.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Joanna.
Yes.
I'm trying again. Oh, no. Except, okay. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to leave the meeting on. Okay. So can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So anyway, okay. So let me just say quickly that we're thinking about doing a fundraiser later this year, maybe August, September, October, one of those times. And we were looking at either doing like a modified bike-a-thon, biking, walking type of thing for the community, or maybe a casino night, something like that. I haven't put anything together. So it's up to the club if they want to pursue that. It's a little bit difficult without having a meeting, but if anybody's interested in pursuing anything like that, why don't you give me a call or email me, and maybe we can talk about it and have something to present to the club at one of our future meetings.
You got it, Karen. I'm definitely very interested in something like that.
Okay, is that John?
Yes.
Okay, I can't see you because I closed everything down. Okay, well, let's talk about it.
Yeah. Casino night sounds pretty fun. But we'll figure something out as a club.
Okay. So we'll talk offline.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. And does anybody have anything else? I also have a speech I wanted to share with you guys that I heard or seen online that was actually really interesting. But does anybody else have anything to share before I start that?
Oh, Joanna.
Yes.
So I have a presentation. Do you want me to show it next week?
Oh no, you know what, actually we have time. If you want, let's do your presentation as well. So let's do that.
Okay.
So, okay.
When right now?
Let's go ahead and start that now.
Oh, okay. I think Bob has, do I have to?
No, you can just do what you did before.
Okay.
Share your screen and open up. There you go.
Can you see it?
Yippee!
Wow.
Okay, so we have a pandemic on our hands. So this is
There you
for,
go.
and thank you, Vicki, Dr. Vicki, for sharing a link which gave me the inspiration to share this. So that's why I invited her. Anyway, so what's happening today is a pandemic. And let me share with you what we've lived through before. We've had smallpox, and these are all devastating diseases, viruses, and we've lived through them. And we dealt with them: diphtheria, measles, mumps. We've had chicken pox. We've had whooping cough, scarlet fever. And one thing about chicken pox, it lives in your body and it can reawaken later in life. And that's why we get the colds today. So all of these we have vaccines for today. But back then we didn't. And that's why so many people died. Spanish flu, 1918, it was the deadliest pandemic ever. A third of the world population died, and 675,000 people in the United States died from this. And we have pneumonia, which now we have a vaccination for, but it is the most common hospital-acquired infection. The reason I'm sharing with you this is because we are faced with a pandemic. However, we will live through this. We are living in better times. We have more resources, and we have people, companies, corporations, and countries getting together to beat this. We have Ford, 3M, GE, United Auto Workers. We have a lot of different companies working on this. Johnson & Johnson, $1 billion deal. Elon Musk, he's repurposing Tesla factories to make hospital ventilators. So we have things in place. We have more resources today than we ever had before. So you know we're gonna beat this. So this is temporary. I know everybody feels like this is just horrible, it's gonna take forever. Well, I don't think so. And there's another thing. So the government is now releasing the 401ks for those who need it. So no more penalties, which is awesome. You can have early withdrawals with no penalties. You can borrow, again, the things that they're doing to help us along. So we will be shut down for a while, and we will have to be ready for that. But we do have resources today that we never had before. So I think that's great. So this, of course, California is still #1. Even though we're all shut down, the entire world is shut down. So really what the point of this is that we are strong. We are the most populous. So be proud that you're first living in America, which is the safest, most productive country, in California, because we are #1 in the United States. And to go further, if you remember, I always talk about the economy, the world economy, and China has now they're #2 in the world. Well, they've been kind of overstating their numbers. So their gross domestic product is probably 10 trillion. The reason for me telling you this is because we, the United States, we buy stuff. We are the biggest consumers of everything. When you want something, you order it, you want it now. And it's been that way for a long time. And that's why we made China great. They are the #1 manufacturing country because we buy them.
Because we want cheap crap from Walmart.
That's exactly right. And we buy them. And every day we get it shipped here through the ports. And guess what? All the people that live here, we can't live without it. And guess what? Toilet paper is not made in China. I don't know what that is about. But anyway, so if you've seen this, if you own it, a truck brought it here. If you look around your house, everything has touched a truck, most of it. So we are the biggest consumers. And right now we're panicking, and there's no reason, because when you go to the store, the shelves are pretty full. And in the US, 10 trillion tons of freight. A lot of stuff we buy, and with it, and it's going to continue. And guess what? Because of the pandemic, well, that helps. This is going to be all automated. Automation has been around. Now it's heightened. Automation and electric. That's what's happening. So still, we're going to have distribution. It goes through 400,000 distribution centers throughout the United States. We buy so much crap. I'm trying to buy less stuff, and I hope you guys are too, because there's so much crap that we accumulate. But anyway, we contribute to the economy, don't we? And we're ordering stuff. We're ordering stuff all the time. So there you go. We're contributing to the economy. So this is really important, and I really wanted to share this with you because this is what's changing our lives today. Absolutely. And I've been talking about this for 5 years, and it's happened. It's happening. And so I have to show it to you. So you've seen this before. The oil age is coming to an end right now. With the fight with Saudi Arabia and Russia, the oil prices have crashed. The airlines are down. We don't have as much need for this stuff anymore. So I want you guys to write down the peak oil myth and the rise of the electric car. If you can Google that, or if you can take a picture of the link I have up top and look at it, because this, and I've shared this with you before, but nobody paid attention. About 3 years ago it came out, and this is happening today. So if you look at it, it's just like a 2 or 3 minute little clip, and it'll explain what's happening today when it comes to energy. It's super powerful. Remember, we used to have whale oil for energy, for light, for lubrication, and then it switched over to kerosene, which is petroleum-based. And today, guess what? It's changed. California has had laws, it's been passing since 2006, that forces us to change. And we have been, and we've met the goals for Assembly Bill 32. We have other laws, Senate Bill 100. This is going to stay with us, unlike the pandemic. This is going to stay with us. These are laws that California passed. California Senate Bill 100 says fossil fuel free electricity 60% by 2030, 100% by 2045. This is the law. Clean Cars Act, zero emission cars starting January 1, 2040. And that's probably going to change. San Diego, now we're going to be electric, right? Any cars over 50,000 starting next year. So the pledge that LA signed, this reminds me of the smoking ban we had. So when you go to the restaurant, you have smoking section and you didn't. When you fly in an airplane, you had smoking section from row 23 and back, which was ridiculous. But that's exactly the same with this. That's what's happening today. This is what's replacing the power plants today. 1 gigawatt is equal to a nuclear power plant. This is replacing all the gas-fired power plants, coal-fired power plants. If you're not aware, this is huge. This is huge for California. This has been approved by the California Public Utilities Commission last year, and this is replacing 3 gas power plants right now This can be built in less than a year. Can you imagine how long it took for them to build this gas-fired power plant in Wilmington? They're closing this. It took a very long time to build that. Also this, they're shutting this, they shut this down too. So these are the examples of what's happening in our backyard. This is so big, they can't even explain how big it is. It's 10 times bigger than the world's biggest. So how big is that? I don't know. It's huge, it's massive, but it's replacing all the gas-fired power plants right now. And it's already been approved, and they're buying land from us. So we know. But here, we used to have horses. And then the switch happened. It switched. And then what? Now, LA, by 2028, 80% of new cars sold in California will be electric. Okay, we need electric cars, and we're gonna get them because every single car manufacturer has them now. We're gonna have 30 million EVs on the road. How are we going to provide power? California EV industry, it's booming today. It's creating jobs. 42 major passenger vehicle companies are located in California. Did you know that? Probably not. 13 company headquarters in California. 6 R&D, 19 design and tech, 4 manufacturing sites. And you thought we only had Tesla. Here they are. If you want to know, here are the passenger cars, the headquarters, and some you've heard. I'm sure you've seen some of these. Some you haven't. They're all in California. They're all already in business. These aren't some pie in the sky. This was published by LAEDC, LA Economic Development Corporation. Okay, so this is all public knowledge. Here's buses, trucks, and trams. Again, headquartered in, most of them are in Southern California. They're creating a lot of jobs. A lot of industries are switching over to electric. This is reality. This is EV charging companies. There's a lot of them here because the customers are here. 50% of electric vehicles are in California, and it will be that way for a while. So LA, downtown LA will have all electric buses, will be completely electrified. And here, Long Beach, they're more than doubling their fleet. And when you go to Long Beach, you'll see these. It's already there. Happy Earth. They, 50% of their fleet will be electric by the end of this year, maybe next year now that we have this pandemic, but so what? A little bit of a delay doesn't hurt us at all. And they move 9 million passengers a year. This is not only for Disneyland, but it's for the convention center and all the other places in Anaheim. And here's the big one. The biggest factor for the land rush today is the electrification of transportation. This one truck.
I don't know how to do it.
700 homes per hour. How much electricity do we need to generate? Okay, Mayor, this is a big deal right here because solar and energy storage, it is now going to give us energy at night. Before they couldn't do that. This is a big deal. This is an artist rendering. This does not exist today, but they are going to build it. Why do I know that? Because first, this white is the battery. The rest is solar. Because I was there standing right here. There we are. This picture I took in February with my drone. And this is the future site of the facility. This is a $1.3 billion to take place. It's been approved, land acquired, ready to go. That's me and my mom. And this is what's happening. The Public Utility Commission is involved in all of the deals today. And the energy, the switch. Whoever controls energy controls the economy. That's what's happening here. This affects 3 Valorians, not Valorians, Rotarians. 3 Rotarians this will affect, okay? And I think one of them might be on today. This offer came in March 19th after we got the shutdown, okay? And this is for the batteries. They're gonna build the batteries here. They need the land. Good for them. So here's just a little feel good right here. This is the deal. It's already signed, ready to go. Okay, cash investment, and there's no mortgage, no tax, no tenants, no fees. This is a triple net lease for 25 years. This is going to affect 3 Rotarians. This is awesome. That's me. I got an offer on my birthday. My birthday was 2 weeks ago, and I got this offer. This is for my land, and they're putting power lines, generation tie lines on my just a little 50-foot thing, and they're paying me for it. It's great, and it's in my IRA. So the silver, whoever controls energy today controls the economy. Looking to the future, that's what's happening. So science needs your help. Take social distancing seriously, because it's out and the world will be a better place. This is a very positive thing now. Please make sure that you take social distancing seriously. Thank you. I'm done now, Joanna.
Thank you, Yuko.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yuko.
Sharing that.
I don't know how to switch over. Here we go. Okay.
Very informative.
Vicky's got a question.
Actually, it's not a question. I want to commend Yuko on the presentation and the beginning stats that she presented on the pandemics that we've lived through, survived, and now have vaccines for, was from the video that I sent after the first of, I don't know how many weekly meetings we'll have online at 3 o'clock on Sundays. I was asked to present Rekindling Your Resilience. I'm doing an hour call from 3 to 4 on Sundays because I wrote my dissertation on stress, anxiety, and depression. One of my colleagues thought it would be a wonderful thing to do a community support call every Sunday. I invited Yuko on the last one. I can hold up to 100 people in my chat room. I had 40 last week, and I put on the chat screen here to everyone my email address. So if you're interested, please let me know, and I will include you on that link for the Zoom call. This is my contribution of community service during this challenging time.
Vicki, thank you for sharing that. That was very thoughtful of you. Thank you. And does anybody else have anything they want to share?
Yeah, so I was on the chat last Sunday with Vicki, and it was really helpful to hear what other people are doing to cope with this current situation, and some very informative information, and I really appreciated it. So it's a great community, and I appreciate that we all signed on and got to share. So thank you, Vicki.
You're welcome, Yuko. We had 7 different Rotary clubs represented. We had community leaders and personal friends. So anyone that wants, until I reach the 100, if ever, you're certainly would be included in part of our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vicki. Okay.
Joanna?
Yes, Rosie?
I will have a suggestion. When we have a speaker or a slide, it will be a good idea for everybody to mute because when she was speaking, we hear background noise. So when we have a
Okay.
speaker, make sure that everybody else mute except for the speaker, then we can hear better.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you, Rosie. Okay. All
Joanne.
righty. Yes,
This is a totally sideways off the other topics, but I have a friend who's doing a little downsizing, and she has a piano she would like to donate. So if anybody knows of a church, a senior living facility, an up and coming piano student that needs a piano, let me know. I'll send out an email with some photos later today.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to do the speech really quick, and then I'm going to do a short little video. So this speech was kind of going around online, and it said it was written by Bill Gates, but that's actually not correct. But you know what? It's still worth reading anyway. So Bob, can you do me a favor? Can you is there a way to just mute everybody except for me, just so that I can get through? And I won't read the whole thing, but I'll read a good portion of it, and then I'll send it out by email to everyone as well. Well,
Ivana, to get on mute. Okay.
I got it.
Okay, all right. So it says, I'm a strong believer that there is a spiritual purpose behind everything that happens, whether that is what we perceive as being good or being bad. As I meditate upon this, I want to share with you what I feel the COVID-19 virus is really doing to us. Number one, it is reminding us that we are all equal, regardless of our culture, religion, occupation, financial situation, or how famous we are. This disease treats us all equally. Perhaps we should too. If you don't believe me, just ask Tom Hanks. Number two, it is reminding us that we are all connected, and something that affects one person has an effect on another. It is reminding us that the false borders that we have put up have little value, as this virus does not need a passport. It is reminding us, by oppressing us for a short time, of those in this world whose whole life is spent in oppression. Number three, it is reminding us of how precious our health is and how we have moved to neglect it through eating nutrient-poor manufactured food and drinking water that is contaminated with chemicals upon chemicals. If we don't look after our health, we will, of course, get sick. Number four, it is reminding us of the shortness of life and what is most important for us to do, which is to help each other, especially those who are sick and those who are old. Our purpose is not to buy toilet rolls. Number five, it is reminding us of how materialistic our society has become, and how, when in times of difficulty, we remember that it's the essentials that we need: food, water, medicine, as opposed to the luxuries that we sometimes unnecessarily give value to. Number six, it is reminding us of how important our family and home life is and how much we have neglected this. It is forcing us back into our houses so we can rebuild them into our home and to strengthen our family unit. Number eight, it is reminding us that we can be patient or we can panic. We can either understand that this type of situation has happened many times before in history and will pass, or we can panic and see it as the end of the world and consequently cause ourselves more harm than good. So there's a few more of those, but I'm not going to read all of them to you. I'll go ahead and email those to you for the rest of them. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and play a quick video for you. And hold on a second. The first one I'm going to play was sent to us by Jim Beardsley. And this is just a way to end the meeting on a positive note. I think we all could use a little bit of humor. So here's the first one. Can you guys see me on your screen? Or Bob, can you unmute everybody?
We can see you, Joanna.
Okay, all right then. Okay, Bob, then if you can mute everybody, and then we'll go ahead and I'll do the video.
And
There's
Josh,
two videos.
Sharing, please.
Okay, so this one was sent to me by Jim Beardsley. Hold on a second.
Somebody don't know how to turn it off.
Internet, it's Pluto here, and I'm getting the feeling that there's a time of crisis for the two-legged, and so I thought maybe I could share some perspectives from the four-legged, and maybe that could help you. So we like to just chill out at home, and we curl up, and we wander around and play with the tennis ball, and there's lots that you can do. And I heard that there's a crisis with the toilet paper, which I don't understand. I mean, for cats, I understand because they like to play with it, but cats aren't that important. But for humans, well, what my mom, what she does for me is she cuts the hair on my bum really, really, really short, and then so stuff it just comes straight out, and then there's no worry, it's all good. And then also, my other mom said that she went this morning and there was nothing in the grocery store, so she said there won't be any snacks today. But for me, it's really easy for snacks to just go sniffing around a little bit. And if you live near like a little school or something, even if it's closed, there's going to be some leftover snacks around there for sure. And also at the end of the street, at the curb area where the water goes down, sometimes snacks get stuck around there, so it's a good place to check for a little snack if you're really hungry. So it's really very important that you all be good to each other, and that practice the social distancing. So you shouldn't sniff other people's legs, and you really shouldn't sniff their crotches until this whole thing is over. You've got to that's social responsibility. So I'm here if you need me, and I'm really wishing you some good luck, okay? All right, bye.
Okay, that was one of the videos, and I have another one to share.
Who's sharing their screen right now?
This one is
John.
not.
It says John.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this video,
John
this
should-
next video is it's not in English, but you know what? You guys will all get it. It's pretty funny. So it's a short one. Okay, ready? Hold on.
Let's see.
John's sharing his screen here.
I don't think he's doing it on purpose.
He needs to click the green on top.
I got him muted and cut it off. I think so.
Meia horinha, né? Meia hora você tá com a barriguinha seca. Comidinha, não precisa se preocupar. Pode aumentar a velocidade se você quiser. Você aperta aqui no botão. Aí aumenta a velocidade. Vai aumentando. Quanto mais você apertar, mais você.
I don't know how to do it. Turn it off. Ah, my goodness. How am I going to do that?
Bob, can you unmute Joanna?
Yeah,
Hey, I've been get
Hey
that.
there.
okay, we got John off the screen.
Yeah, but I'm still here.
Yeah, I know. I'm finding.
That's good.
I don't know where you are here.
You can't stop it.
John has to
Yeah,
do it
okay.
himself by clicking
Okay,
the
I got
green
him
at
muted.
top.
I got John muted.
Okay. All right. Well, that was the video. Were you guys able to see both videos?
Yes, the second one.
Okay.
I did not see the second short one. Could you show it again?
Okay, I will show that one again. Hey, Bob, can you do me a favor and just mute everybody?
I muted everybody but you. Let's see. Can you unmute yourself? Wait, I got you. Unmute.
Okay, I've unmuted myself. Okay, so I'm going to start this video again. Hold on. Hold on for a second.
Pega uma coisinha, dá um bocadinho bem espalhadinho, joga uma coisinha da água.
It's still here.
Alisar, para escorregar, para alisar. Pronto. Tá feita a sua esteira.
Get closer.
Só isso. Como é que você vai fazer exercício? Assim, ó. Ó. Aí, você faz o exercício, vai. Meia horinha, né? Meia hora você tá com a barriguinha seca, bonitinha, não precisa se preocupar. Pode aumentar a velocidade se você quiser.
What are we hearing here?
Vai aumentando. Quanto mais você apertar, mais você...
I got everybody muted.
It's Joanna's video.
It's that, yeah, it's actually, hold on a second. It's not in English. It's
What
just,
was going on?
pardon me?
I didn't understand your video.
I know it's not in English. It's just, it was you, if you just watch the guy on the video, could you guys not see that video?
You didn't film it well. We could only see his head.
But thanks anyway.
Okay.
It was a
all
guy
right.
who put soap on the floor and then he was walking in place.
Yeah, he was trying to do a treadmill. So I'll send it out to everyone. It's actually, if you see it in person, it's actually really cute. So, all right. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate everyone being there early this morning. Does anybody have any other questions?
Yeah. How do I turn this place off?
Okay. All right. Well, with that, I'd like to adjourn the meeting. So thank you, Bob, for setting this up. I really appreciate that. Thank you, everyone.
We'll get better at it. And we've recorded everything. I'll share that with you. And then you can just kind of screen through it when you want. If anybody missed Joanna's video, the recording will show it. You can fast forward on it. I'll send it out today.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you,
Thank
Joanna.
you. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
See y'all.
See you next week.
Bye.
We'll get better at this.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.